Hey everyone, I'm bringing you an Overwatch tag here. It is ProfessorLexy, also known as ProfessorLexy76, and I am going to be answering some Overwatch questions for you today. So, the first one in this tag is, what is your favorite hero? This is really hard for me to decide because I have three favorite heroes currently. The first, the one and only, what my shirt says, what I have back here, Soldier76. Soldier76 is awesome just because you can pretty much just annihilate people, and also, I mean, come on, if you've played Call of Duty, then you know how to manage Soldier76. Second hero that I like is Zara. I know there's different pronunciations for her. I call her Zara. And I love her because she's really hacks. If people are dumb enough on the other team, you can pretty much also just destroy them with Zara. And then my final favorite is actually a new one, Moira. I call her all kinds of different names when I'm playing. Maybe I'll show you that in future content. But I like Moira because she's also pretty hacks, minus the fact that they just took away that she can't destroy Symmetra's turrets, which I'm super bummed about, but I understand completely. It kind of renders Symmetra useless. The second question in this tag is, who is the worst Overwatch hero? Oh, there are so many worsts for me. I pretty much suck with most other characters except for the three that I named, and I will literally get pissed off if someone takes those three. So I know most of you are probably thinking, ProfessorLexy, you should probably choose Widowmaker as your least favorite because she's pretty much most people's least favorite character. If you play a comp and someone picks Widowmaker, that's it, game over, we're not playing anymore. However, I don't actually think Widowmaker is my least favorite, even though I suck with her. I'd have to say Reinhardt. The only reason I say Reinhardt is because I suck with him, and at least with Widowmaker, I'm far enough away where I don't die. I just suck as Widowmaker, and I can still play and not die. When I'm Reinhardt, I just charge right in there, fall off a cliff. Get destroyed instantly. I'm horrible with Reinhardt. I understand why Reinhardt is a good character. He's just my least favorite because I suck with him. That's the only reason. The third question for this is, what type of character do I think is the best type? So if I were to pick, probably healing, just because if you don't have a healer, a good healer, your team is not going to go very far. I mean, I've seen this all the time. There'll be good DPS, good tanks, but the healing sucks, your team is going down. I also think it's important to have good DPS too, though, because you need to get picks on other players, otherwise you're not going to be able to break into their hill or be able to move the payload forward, so it's a hard toss-up between DPS and healing. So next thing is, who is the best offense character? You already know my answer to this. I've already answered who my favorite was, and Soldier76 was a part of that. So Soldier76 would definitely be my favorite offense. I think if you really have a good soldier who knows what they're doing, you could really mess people's game up.
I've got you in my sights.
There's this.
Next up is who my favorite defensive player is, and that would definitely 100% have to be Junkrat. Junkrat was my original bae. Like, I played something on 96 hours just on Junkrat because, I don't know, I just love blowing things up. He's crazy, he's awesome, so Junkrat would definitely be my favorite defense.
Get ready for a shot!
Kill. Team kill.
So the next is tanks, of course, and my favorite tank is, no question, Zara. But if I had to choose a second favorite, let's throw that in here, it would definitely be Orisa. She's awesome, machine gun is great. I'm just horrible with aiming. I don't really pick up on the you should aim a little bit ahead all the time, but if you have a good Orisa, she really can destroy people. Support hero as being my favorite would definitely have to be Moira. I already said this. I also DPS with her though, so I'm kind of like a mix depending on who the other healer is.
Surrender to my will.
You're powered up. Get in there. Quadruple kill.
And then, of course, Mercy. She's just completely awesome. You can raise people. She goes freaking in Super Saiyan mode and like destroys everyone. So I think that she's awesome. Definitely Mercy would be a second for me. So the next question is probably one of my favorites, actually. It's what type of hero would you like to see added to the game? Okay, so I'm old, this is gonna date me, but I used to play Team Fortress 2 religiously. Like, that was my game. I played with friends all the time, and my main was Pyro, and I know what you're gonna say. Pyro meant equals 0 skill. Like, if you were Pyro, you sucked, and you needed Pyro to just burn everything and destroy everything. But if I wanted to see a character added to the game, just for nostalgia reason, a Pyro of some sort. Mei is not my favorite by any means, and I understand that she kind of is a little bit similar in the fashion of Pyro just because she has like an ice gun, but I would like to see a flamethrower, and I would like to see maps with water where you have to go in the water in order to not burn alive. That's what I would like to see. Okay, so the next question is my favorite short, which would have to be the Bastion short. Honestly, I like all of them. I think they're all great, but Bastion for sure. It's just so sad. You see him like seeing all these dead robots, and then his one true companion comes to the end, that little bird, and it like brings the story back up. So I really like that one if I were to choose one. So in another short, it asks what I'd like to see in the future. I'd like to see Reaper and Moira interacting with one another, because I know that the lore basically shows that Moira tested the Wraith on herself first, and then Reaper, she gave it basically to Reaper, and so I'd like to see that interaction take place in the shorts. Okay, so the next two questions ask what my favorite map is, and then also what my favorite type of gameplay is. So I'm actually going to answer both of these together because they kind of go together. I prefer Capture the Hill just because it's more exciting. Everyone gets grouped up, and then if you have a good special, you can really have fun with that.
Quadruple kill. I am on quintuple kill.
And get play of the game. And my favorite map would have to be Nepal. I just love Nepal. True story, I actually do a lot of research on Everest just because I think it's interesting, and so because of that, I tend to like the map that relates to my real life as well. So who should be nerfed and who should be buffed? Well, for the buff question, this is pretty easy for me. It is Zenyatta. I think that he could really use more healing ability. It's just, he doesn't heal fast enough, especially if he's solo healing, let's say in quick play or something. The person who could use a nerf, probably Mei. I think that there's a lot of characters that they've nerfed already, so it's really hard to answer this question, but if I were to just say one, I would definitely say Mei. So this next question asks, who is the most difficult player or character to play against? I would definitely say that Farah is, or Farah, whatever you call her, is the most difficult to play against, just because she doesn't really have a lot of counters. And if you have a really good one, even when you have a soldier, she can just sort of rip apart your team. So I would definitely say Farah. Who is the most difficult character to play as? I would definitely say if you're new to the game, Genji can be pretty difficult, and Doomfist, I think they have somewhat of a learning curve. I personally suck at them, and even when I try to play them, I still suck. So that's why I'm answering this, to be honest. But if you have a really good Genji and Doomfist, they can really do great amounts of damage and do good with defense and all that sort of stuff. But as far as learning them, they're difficult to learn for newbies. So that was all the questions in this tag. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure that you give me a big thumbs up and comment down below. Don't forget that, that's important. And also, join my little fam here on my channel and make sure you click that subscribe button. I love Overwatch. It reminds me a lot of Team Fortress 2. When I first started playing, I said, no way, not playing this. This is a rip-off of Team Fortress 2. But then I started playing it, and I got addicted, and I love it. So if you haven't played Overwatch yet, be sure to check that out. I'll see you all later.